is why people got to know me. And I still feel like I haven't even been as real as I really want to be, so it only can get better from
Uh-oh, y'all, watch out. Watch out.
So, yeah, I would say that.
What's up, you guys? This is Parchelle. Thank you for joining me again for the Call to Coach. This is where I dive into the why behind some of the most amazing coaches that I've ever met. And also, whenever I'm around these people, I just get jazzed, I get excited, I get pumped up. So I want to share that with you guys and introduce you to Jeraud Norman. He is the amazing guy behind getting people confident on camera. So this is a special one, you guys, because this is what I do to an extent as well. So he's actually helped me a ton when it comes to being on camera and getting me comfortable and pushing me to jump in there. So I'm excited for you guys to meet. This is Mr. Jeraud Norman.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? First of all, Parchelle is like the very best. Like, she's great when it comes to video production. She's great with pushing through and overcoming her fears. And her biggest asset is she always wants to help people. So anytime I get around her, she's helping me. We're having these deep conversations. And I have some friends, but I have some really true close friends, and I consider you a sister. So I appreciate you.
Thanks, man. I
do.
appreciate it. Got me here about to cry. All right. But I'm excited to talk with you guys with Jeraud and share a little bit of his experience and his story behind why he got into coaching. So let's jump in there. Tell me a little bit about why you decided to jump into this field.
I would say because as I was coming up and trying to figure things out for myself in business, I started off in survival mode, didn't really have any money to invest in some of these things, and there were some people that spent time with me that kind of made a difference. The only thing is because I couldn't pay them, they weren't as consistent as I would like them to be, and I couldn't really expect them to be, because it has to be something that's in it for them as well. But the time that they gave me really made a huge difference, and I just want to do that same thing for people. You know, I just want to make a huge difference, and there could be one thing that I can help them unstick that would change everything for them, and I feel like video is a big portion of that.
Right.
You know,
how would you describe, like, in terms of the people that you do work with or that you're going to be working with down the road, how would you describe those people?
I would say people that have a business right now, and at the same time they're wondering why they don't have enough people coming to their business. This kind of applies, it could be local business owners, this could be other coaches. No matter what kind of business you have, are you creating content around that?
Yeah.
Sometimes people try to get around and they'll say, well, let's do a whiteboard video. A whiteboard video doesn't build like, know, and trust. Unless you're already UPS and you already had like, know, and trust. So it's like, it doesn't display you. People want to see you and they want to see the real you. You don't have to do these multiple takes. So it's like a whiteboard doesn't cover that. Actors don't cover that. All these other things don't cover that. So it's like, if you put yourself out there and they get to know you and what you stand for, that's what'll bring them in.
Right.
You
It's
know?
that authenticity. I mean, I think it's about just being yourself, and whenever you tap into that, it's like you're in your zone.
Exactly.
And that zone is attractive, you know what I mean? So getting them to that place is really, really huge. So, of course, the name of the series is called The Call to Coach. So I'm curious to dive into you and your brain here about, do you feel like this is something that is a calling for certain people and people like yourself?
I think so. Like, my first call to coaching was kind of around that whole think and grow rich mindset. Is because once I got into that and started understanding, I realized that no one ever taught me anything like that in school. And I'm like, if someone would have taught me that in school, how much further could I have been along? Granted, this is the journey I'm supposed to take. So I was like, I want to help people along that journey, because when you get past those mental blocks, that's where everything that you want takes place. And I knew what it did for me, and I just wanted to do that and help more people with it as well.
That's awesome. So tell me a little bit about, let's say, that one life, that person that you have impacted, that when you think of it, it makes you proud, you know what I mean, in terms of your influence and how you're able to help them. Man,
one of my boys, he told me, because he's killing it with video right now. And he told me on an interview I did with him, because I didn't know I had that impact on him, but I interviewed him once and he was like, you know what, when I was watching your videos, your vlogs, I was like, who is this guy? What is he doing? And he was like, you know, kind of like blowing it off. And then he said, but then I realized something. He's like, the fact that you just kept doing it and you didn't care what it looked like, you were putting out so much more content than everybody else. And that's how everybody knew you. It wasn't the fact of whether you were making the most money in the group. You could have been the poorest person in the group, but everybody liked and loved you before you even showed up because of what they saw. And he
Wow.
said, once I started seeing that, he said it changed my mindset. And now I call him the king of life. He's still calling me. And I'm like, you're the king of everything. Like, you're the king of live, you're the king of this, you're the king of that, because
Wow.
he just took it to the next level. So when he tells me that, like, it's just so humbling, because what he's been able to do in our industry, shout out to my man, Matt Platt. I was trying not to drop names, but my man, Matt Platt, like Matt Platt, I consider him one of the best marketers in the world. And whenever I tell him that, or I say that on video, his eyes are like this. I'm like, dude, you're one of the fucking best. You know, and I wouldn't just say that if it wasn't, especially in the space of restaurant marketing. So when someone like that, who's, I feel like the top of an industry, has built so much trust in the industry with other marketers, gives me that kind of praise, it's just like, it's like, wow.
Wow.
You know, and it's genuine. Like, he's a genuine dude. So I've met so many great people like yourself and him, and I think that's one of the best compliments I ever had. And it just makes me realize that I was seeking the perfection with the video, but like we were talking about earlier, I already had what I needed. If anything, just make it a little bit better. But the consistency and the realness is why people got to know me. And I still feel like I haven't even been as real as I really want to be. So it only can get better from here.
Yeah, watch out. Watch out.
So yeah, I would say that.
That's awesome, though. That's a great feeling, too, to feel, you know, for somebody like Matt, who is like thebomb.com. I mean, to be able to influence him is a really, really great feeling, I imagine, for you.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to drop his name, because it's like I don't want to take credit for what he's doing, because the man's a beast.
Yeah.
But he's given me that praise on many occasions, and the fact that it's not fake, it's real, and he means every word of it, and the action that he takes behind it is just, when he tells me that, it reminds me, like, damn, Jeraud, you're not doing what you need to do, because this guy's telling you helped him, but what are you doing for yourself now?
Right.
And it's just like, he's actually inspired me to keep going on video, because there's times I didn't want to do it, just because naturally I'd rather just be chilling by myself, you know, but it's like, you can't help people that way, and that's the disconnect for me. So I can't chill by myself. I have to get out there and do what I need to do, and
that's true.
It's just starting to back up, like what we're doing right now. It's like, people tell me they see me on video all the time. This video's from like years ago, and I'm like, I haven't done anything new.
And that's the power of it, though. I mean, just to tap on that, I mean, like, the video, once it's out there, it's almost like a piece of real estate that exists, you know, out there in the world of the internet that is running 24/7, right? Anybody can capture anything along their journey of like trying to figure out something, or they got questions. Like, recently I typed in a question on Google, and it was like the perfect answer. You know, and that's Google's job, is to give the most, you know, the most relevant answers, because they want to be in business, you know, that's Google. So anyway, how would you describe as Jeraud the coach, right? How would you describe your coaching style?
Coaching style, I would say it's pretty direct. It's to the point. I feel like even when there's something that could be categorized as an excuse, it's not an excuse, I guess it's a reason. You still have to see it as an excuse, and you have to take accountability. And if someone tells you that, you can't be upset with that. Like, I've tried to help people in the past, and they want me to tell them what's wrong, and when I do, they're mad at me. And it's just like, granted, sales is a big part of coaching, because if you know how to talk to people and relay the information right, that's a big part of it. So I was learning, and at the same time, they asked me for something, and I gave them what they wanted, and they just couldn't handle it. And it was just like, you know, that's difficult. So I kind of vet that process out in the beginning. Like, hey, I'm going to tell you some things, and I just want you to know I care. For the people who really know me and know that I care, they can not be put off by sometimes that I have a different accent, a different style in the way I talk. So sometimes it might come off a little asshole, and that's not my intent. If it was, I want to let you know. I'm like, if I say fuck you, yes, I meant that. I'll tell you, but that's not how I'm trying to come off. So shout out to my wife, because she's like perfect. Because sometimes I have to tell her stuff, and I don't tell her the right way, and she forgives me like on the spot. So I got a good one.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's awesome, because I think that approach is what a lot of people need. It's just really about helping to keep everyone motivated and consistent with what they're doing. So I think different styles is how, you know, people can relate, you know, and get the help that they need with the right person, you know, that's coming with that style. So what's next for you? Like, what's your mission now, you know, in this new journey that you're on?
Mission for me and what's next, I would say, is one, starting my, I guess you would call it like an internet podcast.
Okay.
I had a show, Bulletproof Mindset. I think we got to 101 or 102 episodes. I miss doing that. So getting back into that, also doing live events like we were talking about, something that Matt was preaching last year that I started doing and I didn't really stay consistent with. But I think doing it with video now and teaching people about video instead of trying to teach them the whole marketing gambit, I think it's given me more of a focus where I can help people.
Okay.
Because like even right now, I go around and get people on video that never been on video, and I don't think anything about it. They just do it, and then it's like, oh, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
But my thing is getting you to keep doing that. So that's that, and then working on a big event with you, where we're talking about something around the weekend of something in the water, April 25th, and that's in Virginia Beach.
Woo.
We're gonna have an immersion event where we're gonna not only like talk about video, but we're actually gonna get you a good amount of video. On top of that, you'll have a professional photo shoot. So you'll come there and you'll get all your content done. We'll be there to help and coach you. Plus you'll be hanging out with great people. It'll be a great experience. Plus we might even throw something in there about the water, which will be something cool to experience as well. So
true that. And to wrap up the event too, we're having a big dinner mastermind. So we're having a chef prepare us a meal, and we're going to actually like film and document our conversation, right? Talking about some things related to life, some things related to business, and to really dive in and create some awesome content together. That's the whole point of it, is to really use our time wisely, right? Be effective with the time and just knock it out. We can network, we can build together. So that's the whole point of it. So I'm excited to jump into that for sure. Now, you guys, if you have not really done video before and you're trying to get comfortable in doing it and you need the support, this is your guy. No, I'm for this is your guy, because like he said, he's going to continue to push you and continue to motivate, get you the right tools and resources that you need, whether you're trying to do live streaming, which is a great strategy for a lot of businesses, or if you're just trying to jump on camera, period. Like, he's going to keep you accountable to that, like, which I love about him. He's consistent. The dude is consistent. That's the one thing I can say about my brother here. And I appreciate that. That's really what we need for us business owners who are trying to do more video content. We just got to stay consistent. So this is your guy, and he will help you to do that, absolutely, hands down.
I appreciate that. And for you guys are already passionate about what you're passionate about. So all we're doing is helping you create around that passion and putting in front of the people that would be best suited to see it, and then magic happens. I mean, but without doing that, you're kind of out back, and you have to use outdated ways of getting it done, and you're only one person, so let the video work. 365, 24/7.
Absolutely.
All that good stuff. So
all day long.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Jeraud, for hanging out with me. This is my brother, my good friend, and leave us with one word, right? One word that you feel that the audience needs to remember when they think about Jeraud, when they think about what you're building with your impact. What is that one word that you would resonate with the people?
I would have to say this. It's one word, but it has a bunch of meaning. It's gratitude, appreciation, visualization every day. Every day I live by that, and I think that's what fuels me. And I know when I go through that process, I'm my best self, and when I don't, there's even more room for improvement. So we're not perfect, but when you start the day from a place of gratitude, just puts you in the right position in order to be able to get what you want and attract that energy. I'm really big on that. But if you're always complaining and upset, then you'll get more of that. So I think this is huge, and just seeing where you want to go, I think, is important. So control your night, control your days, and everything else in between comes a little bit more easier to control. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you. You guys, Jeraud Norman, I'll give you his information where you can contact him, or you can tell us where it's best to reach out to you. Where would that be? I would say you guys can email me right now. It's Jeraud, Jeraud, at JeraudMarketing.com. And that would be the best place to get a hold of me. I mean, honestly, when it comes to Messenger and all that other stuff, I'm just being honest. I'm not there yet, right? Email's probably the best way. I respond best there, and then we can move accordingly. But one thing I would like to say is, for my sister here, she is phenomenal. She has done nothing but help me since the day I met her. All she wants to do is help you guys, follow her journey. She's so freaking creative. I'm just so glad that I get the opportunity to work with her. So whatever she's doing, you guys need to get with her and let her help you with it. Like whatever it is that she's trying to do, it's really about helping people. So, man, I'm really just big on being around good folks, and she's one of the best, man. Cool. I appreciate that, man. One of the best, man. All right. I have more to say. We're getting caught up. Enjoy this beautiful view also. Oh yeah, I mean, we're actually partnered up in work today.
So he was doing some mastermind stuff. I'm building also, and to do it with the view was the whole point today. I was like, let's work with a view. So
it's beautiful.
So we got it. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for hanging out. This has been the Call to Coach. I'll see you guys next time.